sacred knowledge from the stars. Vedic truth heals ancient scars. Mantras clear the karmic way, bringing light to guide each day. Let the planets show their signs as the cards and stars combine. Ancient wisdom flows through time. Cards reveal the grand design. Om Namah Shivaya divine. Let the cosmic rhythms align. Om Shanti Om.
Hello everyone, and welcome to my once weekly show. My name is Michelle Marie, and I am the owner and operator of Astrological Tarot. You can find me at astrologicaltarot.com. I am both a Vedic and Western astrologer, as well as a tarot and oracle card reader. And before we get into our live readings tonight, Erin, I see you, you're first in line, and Cheryl, you're second. I want to get into tonight's critical broadcast. So in less than 48 hours on Wednesday, August 12th at 12:37 Central Time, the sky will darken as we experience a powerful, total solar eclipse in Ashlesha Nakshatra. So this is not a standard new moon. This is a massive 4-planet stellium in Cancer with Sun, Moon, Mercury, exalted Jupiter, sitting directly on the serpent star of Ashlesha, and across Rahu in Dhanishta Nakshatra in Aquarius. So before we break down the geopolitics, the financial impact, and your sign-by-sign horoscopes for this eclipse, let's just try to ground our spirits a little bit. In times of eclipse turbulence, which I know Patience has mentioned, she's already feeling, when worldly leaders and markets panic, where do we find our refuge? So I went to Swami Sivananda. He's one of my gurus. He's the main guru. And he gave us an ultimate truth in moments like this. And I came across this quote a couple of days ago, and I thought I'd share it with you. Peace is not in the heart of a carnal man. Peace is not in the heart of ministers, advocates, businessmen, dictators, kings, or even emperors. Peace is in the hearts of yogins, sages, saints, and spiritual people. It is in the heart of a desireless person who has controlled their senses and their mind. Greed, lust, jealousy, anger, fear, pride, egoism, these are all enemies of peace. Slay these enemies by the sword of dispassion, discrimination, and non-attachment, and you will enjoy perpetual peace. And then I found another quote that we can carry into this week's eclipse by Yogananda, and he echoed this divine truth when he said, "The wave becomes the ocean when it drops its isolation." So an eclipse forces us to drop the illusions of ego, of greed, of control, so that we can connect to the divine ocean within. So keep these quotes close to your heart over the next 48 hours, because we got some stuff coming, guys. Whew. So let's talk a little bit about it. It's in, like I said, Ashlesha Nakshatra. It's Wednesday, August 12th at 12:37 p.m. Central Time. And it's in Ashlesha Nakshatra, Pada 3. And there's going to be Sun, Moon, Mercury, and exalted Jupiter involved. Then it's going to be opposite Rahu and Aquarius, Dhanishta. And this nakshatra represents the Nagas, the Sarpas, the divine serpent deities. And the nature is Tikshna. What does that mean? I mean, sharp, dreadful, transformative. So let's unpack what Ashlesha Nakshatra means. I have a planet here, so it's going to get directly affected. This is the sign of the mystics. Luckily, mine's fourth pada, which goes into Ravati, Sattva, Sattva, Sattva. This is the nakshatra that gives me the gifts to do this. Okay, so it can be used positively. Ashlesha is known in Vedic astrology as the entwiner, and here it says the entwiner. See? The clinging star. Its symbol is the coiled serpent, and its presiding deities are, and you can see here, the Nagas. And these are divine serpent gods of wisdom, hidden treasures, poisons, and esoteric remedies. They're in the underworld, basically keeping the secrets of the divine. So Ashlesha operates on very deep psychological levels. I know my Mercury is here. So it governs the Kundalini fire. That's why it's coiled here at the base of the spine, and the primordial instinct and strategy, and also political maneuvering as well. So here's the shadow side of Ashlesha. When a solar eclipse darkens a sun in Ashlesha, the shadow side of the serpent awakens. So this brings toxicity and poisons because Ashlesha rules venom. On a mundane level, this brings updates around chemical spills, water contamination, toxic pharmaceutical disclosures, and viral outbreaks. There's some manipulation and slipperiness with this nakshatra as well. Ashlesha energy can be hypnotic. I'd say that we can use our eyes to be manipulative or secretive. Okay, so watch for gaslighting in the public media, backdoor political deals, whistleblower leaks, and cyber traps. There's also a possessiveness and paranoia around this nakshatra because Ashlesha is the clinging star. It clings tightly. It's very possessive. So culturally, personally, people may cling out of fear to very outdated security blankets, financial structures, or even toxic relationships may re-enter your life over the next 6 months. So be aware of that. Now let's get to the lighter side of this beautiful star. It carries the symbol of the caduceus, the twin snakes wrapped around the staff representing medicine. Both Jonathan and I represent the male and the female snake, and our connection was literally a Kundalini awakening. That's what got us together. So Ashlesha holds the power to convert poison into amrita. Like my Ashlesha Mercury goes into Ravati, which is Sattva, Sattva, Sattva. It's the lotus. And so it's the divine nectar. And this eclipse will expose any hidden poisons in our lives and institutions so that healing can then begin. Now, let's look at the last time this happened. To understand where we're going to be in the next 6 months, we must look at where we have been in the past. That's part of astrology. We're also historians. So the last time we experienced this eclipse cycle in Cancer Ashlesha was paired with this particular planetary lineup was in August of 2008. So let's look at the historical flashback there. There was the Lehman Brothers collapsed, the housing markets, and because Cancer rules homes and banking. Okay. Then we had the Russia-Gregorian War that broke out. We had food commodity spikes and global liquidity freezes. Some real-time predictions now. This is what we can expect between August of 2026 and February of 2027. Banking and real estate, they're going to get hit hard, guys. Cancer 8th house pressure in the United States, it's going to be a big deal. Geopolitical realignment and border naval disputes, you can expect those. Public health surveillance, like the H5N1, avian flu, Ebola, etc. Medical research, it's going to be negatively affected. Tech and versus the humanity conflict is going to be the Rahu and Dhanishta and Aquarius effect. Okay, and that's with the new centers and things that are coming out. So in 2008, this Ashlesha eclipse cycle triggered the onset of the great financial crisis. I have been trying to warn you guys about this for the last year and a half. Okay, that's why Jonathan and I are in Mexico. We own no stocks. We do not own a home. We are literally just living out of 2 suitcases because it's about to hit, folks. So this is the collapse of the subprime housing markets because Cancer rules real estate and emotional security. And this was also the outbreak of like the Russia-Gregorian War and other things that took place. So it's really, here are just some informed predictions over the next 6 months, okay? There's going to be a lot of financial and real estate volatility because Cancer rules real estate, agriculture, and home mortgages. With 4 planets in Cancer opposite Rahu and Aquarius, we can expect a credit market tightening. Housing inventory is going to shift, and emergency liquidity interventions from central banks over the next 180 days. There's also going to be some geopolitical realignment and border friction. So Ashlesha's serpent energy, that's the serpents here, that brings naval posturing, maritime border disputes, covert intelligence warfare. I know someone who was born during an eclipse in Ashlesha, and they worked at electronic warfare in the Navy. And because they were born during an eclipse, they use their poison more than their healing abilities. So I have direct contact with an individual that has this. Now, there's also going to be some health and viral protocols. Ashlesha rules poisons, remedies, and immunology. So there's going to be a planetary war between Mercury and exalted Jupiter, and that's going to occur alongside this eclipse. So we can expect major public debates along, there's the H5N1 avian influenza, there's the Ebola outbreaks, there's going to be a lot of outbreaks because Doge canceled a lot of the programs that protected the world against mass outbreaks, okay? There's going to be a lot of vaccine development controversies, a lot of people saying, they're trying to poison us. There's going to be a lot of pharmaceutical audits, things like that. So it's important that you pay attention to those things and see them for what they are in truth, okay? There's also technology versus human privacy issues that are going to happen after this eclipse. So Rahu and Dhanishta, Aquarius, opposites Ashlesha, forces a clash between cold, AI-driven digital systems and human emotional integrity. I have 2 planets in these nakshatras, so I'm right there. So we can expect some major legislative battles over digital privacy, AI copyright, and cybersecurity, which Jonathan and I work in. We actually own ethicalcybersecurity.com and work in that. It fits my signs, right? So let's look at the collective analysis. From a collective standpoint, this eclipse features a very beautiful dynamic. We have exalted Jupiter, thank you, God. And it's sitting right in the heart of Cancer. So even though the sun and moon are going to be eclipsed by the shadow, the sun represents our outer self, the moon our inner emotional self, exalted Jupiter is going to act as like a divine umbrella. It guarantees that no matter how intense the global news cycle gets, spiritual seekers who practice dispassion, which we call vairagya in the Vedic terminology, will be protected. So the universe is purging a false sense of security again. Yay, 2008. So you can build your new foundation on divine truth. So I am now going to give a horoscope by sign, Aries through Pisces. So read for your Vedic rising sign or ascendant. If you're not sure what your sidereal calculation is, go to astrologicaltarot.com. I have a free calculator available there, okay? So let's start with our beautiful Aries risings. The eclipse location is in your 4th house. That's home, property, and mother, versus the 11th house, which is Rahu, that's finances, okay? So there's going to be a lot of emotional shakeups at home with real estate deals. Protect your peace of mind and avoid any home purchase decisions during the eclipse window. This is a time for grounding, domestic privacy, maternal care. Now for Taurus risings, ascendants, the eclipse location is in your 3rd house. That's communications, siblings, short travels, okay? And versus your 10th house, which is career, is Rahu. So double check those contracts over the next 6 months, emails, travel logistics. A major shift in how you communicate or market your brand is going to take place, okay? Now, your focus should be mindful speech and boundary setting, especially with neighbors and relatives. Now, beautiful Gemini risings. Your eclipse location is in your 2nd house, and that's in Cancer, that's wealth, family, and speech. So, and also food. And it's going to be opposite your 9th house in Rahu, which is the guru, father, and long distance travels. So you're going to be reevaluating your personal finances, your family assets, your spending habits. Avoid any impulsive investments this week, okay? And restructure your budget by protecting your family's harmony as well. Then for Cancer risings, this is going to occur right on top of you. It's in your 1st house. It's yourself, your physical body, your mind, versus your 8th house of major transformation, chronic illness, also inheritances. So this is a massive personal reset for you, dear Cancers. You are going to shed your old identity, reset your body, stay hydrated, and do not take outside drama personally, because exalted Jupiter is going to protect you until June 25th of 2027. Okay, so focus on physical rest, spiritual detox, and self-care over the next 6 months. Now for our beautiful Leo risings, the eclipse location is in your 12th house. That's subconscious sleep, expenses, your dream world too. So this is also opposite the 7th house of your marriage, business partnerships, your mirror. So there's going to be a deep subconscious purging going on for you. You're going to have a lot of really vivid dreams. Unplug from social media. Really prioritize your sleep because your guys are going to be coming in and going, hey, let's focus on this, and avoid any hidden financial expenditures because you're going to be affected more than most. Now, solitude, meditation, and spiritual retreat are very important for you, and really watch your health. 2027 is going to be a big year for you Cancers, especially Ashlesha. So take care of your health, okay? Now we have Virgo rising. The eclipse location is in your 11th house, okay? That's gains, social networks, your goals. And it's going to be opposite your 6th house in Rahu, which represents your daily tasks and routines, your overall health, and hidden enemies. So you're going to be shifting your social circles in a big way. Make long-term income goals. Don't do anything fly-by-night. Some friendships may naturally fade over the next 6 months as a new alignment comes in for you. And it's really important that you discern your true friends from these transactional contracts that you have in place. Okay? Now let's talk about our beautiful Libra risings. This affects your 10th house. Okay? That is career, public status, authority, how you shine in the world. And it's versus the 5th house of children, creativity, and investments. So there's going to be some pivots in work, shifts, and management for you. Do not make any emotional career exits this week. Let the dust settle first. Actually, I would say this for the next 6 months. Just lay low, be you, do the best that you can. Given that it is across from 5th house Rahu, really watch those investments. And if you have some issues with children, know that this too shall pass. Okay? Then we have our lovely Scorpio risings. Their eclipse location is in your 9th house. So that's higher learning, dharma, long distance travel. So this is your 4th house in Rahu, which is real estate and mother. So, and how you feel secure. So there's going to be a lot of shifting beliefs, legal matters, foreign travel plans. And this is an excellent window for spiritual studies for you rather than worldly debates. So don't get sucked into all the debates and crazy stuff going on. Really, like, maybe learn a new skill when it comes to your spiritual outset, and you are going to benefit greatly because that window's wide open. Now your focus should be on higher wisdom, mentorship, and it's going to bring you a lot of spiritual grace over the next 6 months. Now let's talk about our beautiful Sagittarian risings. The eclipse location is in your 8th house. That's shared wealth, taxes, major transformation, chronic illness. And versus your 3rd house in Rahu, which is siblings, self-efforts, and communications, and neighbors too. So there's going to be there could be a sudden financial audit coming your way, some joint tax shifts, emotional transformations, as well as physical. Avoid taking on new debt right now. That's the main thing going on there. And then focus on your emotional release, clearing debts, and do some inner shadow work because you're really going to be feeling this. Don't allow these eclipses to destroy your inner peace, okay? Because your rising is the guru, and when you see things aren't going well, it can affect your inner peace. And like I mentioned at the beginning of the show, Vairagya will be your best friend. That is separating yourself from the drama and focusing on your spiritual activities, okay? Now let's talk about our beautiful Capricorn risings and ascendants. The 7th house is where the eclipse occurs. So that's marriage, business partners, versus the 2nd house of Rahu, which represents your savings, food, and speech. So there's going to be some old partnership dynamics clearing out. Maintain clear, non-emotional boundaries with partners during this eclipse window and the next 6 months. They're going to be tested. Focus on rebalancing your commitments, legal agreements, and try to practice diplomacy, even though you might feel pulled in the other direction. Okay? Now, my beautiful Aquarius risings. Your eclipse location is in the 6th house. That's health, daily work, conflicts, and hidden enemies. So this is versus your 1st house in Rahu. So it's time to overhaul your daily health routines and stress levels. clear out workplace friction with dispassion, and really focus on your immune support, gut health, and daily organization. And over the next 6 months, you'll be a little better there, okay? Now, last but certainly not least, our beautiful Pisces risings. This eclipse location takes place in your 5th house. That's creativity, children, past karma, versus your 12th house, which is hidden things, your dream world, hospitalizations, large institutions and events. So there's going to be a complete creative redirection and karmic clearing around romantic expectations and any matters involving your children. Really focus on your creative outlets, spiritual mantra practice, and emotional grounding, and you'll get through this. Okay. So now let's go into some Vedic rules. These are do's and don'ts for the coming eclipse. Vedic tradition offers very strict scientific guidelines. These are called rules of Sutak, okay? And it's for navigating eclipse energy safely, and this is your official checklist. These are your do's and don'ts. Don't cook or consume heavy meals during the exact eclipse hours. It takes place at 12:37 p.m. Central. Okay, that's in the afternoon. Do not initiate major financial contracts, marriages, or any home purchases. Do not stare at the eclipse. Look at the eclipse, especially with your naked eyes. We all know that, but don't look at it because it literally is like downloading a virus. I mean, as fun as they are to look at, they're very dangerous in Vedic tradition, okay, because it's a demonic energy that is eclipsing the inner and outer personality of the moment. There's a lot of eclipsed people. Benjamin Netanyahu is eclipsed. Donald Trump is eclipsed. Ted Bundy is eclipsed. King Charles is eclipsed. Jeff Bezos is eclipsed. I could just keep going on and on. Most of the world leaders are eclipsed right now. So that should give you some insider on that. Now, here is also avoid any major arguments, emotionally charged confrontations, or impulsive texting or communications. They bring out so much fury. I remember we went through some of the eclipses in 2025, and my husband really got it out with a friend of ours, and it was just like, holy shit, you know, he was completely, I mean, it was drama, you guys, I mean, right? It was freaking drama, and it's just like, okay, let's just take a step back and breathe, because it was a lot of energy, like, coming from us and to us, and it was like, and as you guys know, he was diagnosed with Lewy body dementia and Parkinson's and a bunch of other stuff. We've got his medications, his dopamine levels are now more secure, but oh my gosh, it affected him very, very deeply because it took place on his moon. His Ketu and Rahu were also meeting up at the same time, so it was intense. So definitely take that advice. Do chant mantras, meditate, read some spiritual or sacred text during the eclipse hours. Whatever you do is like 1,000-fold spiritually during eclipses. Spiritual practices, it's like multiplied, like 1,000. It's beautiful. Like that's what I said. I know all these mantras, and so during the eclipse peak, we will do we will literally do 4 hours. Yeah, 4 hours. We have a 4-hour mantra period, and then before that, we have a 2-hour mantra period to prepare for it, and we do this on eclipse days. So you can also take a purifying shower or bath after the eclipse ends to cleanse your aura, get all the dirt off, all that astral dirt, okay? You can offer charity because it'll go 1,000-fold. That is food, grains, milk, financial donations to the needy post-eclipse, because it can also grow if you give that on that day. And if you live in India, you can place kusha grass or tusli leaves over stored water and food before the eclipse. In the Western world, we have refrigerators. I just usually do a mantra over the food because it's actually proven scientifically that a lot of the minerals and good things are taken out of our food and our bodies during eclipses. And this was actually scientifically proved in the 1930s. It's a very interesting study if you guys ever want me to send it to you. Okay, so here are some Vedic remedial mantras and measures that you can do that'll just bless you times 1,000 during the eclipse. This is the most powerful mantra. We're going to do it, we're going to do 10 malas of this, and it's the Mrityunjaya mantra. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and give it to you. Om Triambakam yajamahe sugandhim pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva bandhanam mrityormuchiyamamritat Om Triambakam yajamahe sugandhim pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva bandhanam mrityormuchiyamamritat Om Triambakam yajamahe sugandhim pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva bandhanam mrityormuchiyamamritat Om Shanti 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 Om Peace Peace Peace. That's the most powerful mantra you can do during the eclipse. You do it, it works for us. It kind of keeps the demon download from happening. Okay, it's a great shield. Now you can also, because this is under Ashlesha, you can do a mantra for Rahu or for the Sarpas. Om Sarpavaya Namaha, or Om Brahm Brim Brahm Sa Rahuve Namaha. And that will neutralize the Ashlesha toxicity and calm Rahu, which is the North Node aspect. Okay. Now, there's also some post-eclipse cleansing that you can do. You can offer water or milk mixed with sesame seeds over a Shiva lingam, or at your personal altar, any kind of food that you want to offer on Wednesday afternoon following the eclipse. It's just important that we stay grounded, we keep our energy elevated, and remember that the darkness of the eclipse is temporary, but our divine light is eternal. So I really appreciate you guys letting me get into that. A lot of you requested it, and I hope that that's helpful as we go into this eclipse. Know that Jonathan and I were going to be doing our activities, and that we are right there with you. Okay? Oh my goodness. So let's go ahead and say hi to all of you in the audience. Oh, and Jonathan says, search for me. I have Mahu Mrityunjaya mantra on my, it's under shorts. If you go to my shorts, I have a short that where I just do that mantra. So you guys can look that up. And if you want to find that in YouTube under shorts and post it, can you do that? Okay, so Jonathan's on it. I gave him some homework. Let's see if he can do it. Be patient with him because he's, yeah. Okay, so let's look into this. Oh, you guys can see, if you guys are looking at the long video, you guys can see Rosie. I'll pull it over so you can see her. Look how cute she is. Oh my goodness, I think that Rosie was born during an Ashlesha new moon, so she's already feeling the effects. Okay, so the lovely Venus rising is here. It is lovely to see you, my dear. Cheryl, you are in the queue. Thank you, thank you. And Venus is reminding everyone of the rules. Please post your questions in all caps for easier visibility. Tippers, $5 USD minimum, get priority, must be present for your reading. Thank you so much. Yes, almost eclipse time. I hope that prepared you, Patience. I gave a reading to Patience, you guys. It was so great to see her in person. What a fabulous soul. And the lovely Erin is here. You are first, my dear. Welcome, welcome. It's so good to see you. And Cheryl got your question in. And yes, Erin is setting us off strong tonight. We appreciate you, Erin. All right, some Patience, I'm getting your question in. Miss Rose Blue from Texas is here. Howdy, good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Oh, and you love the sweater. Thank you, dear. I got this in here in Mexico City, so I appreciate that. And Saturday was your birthday. Happy birthday, Rose Blue. I'm glad that you made a wish. Aw. Yeah, mine was last week, so we got that. Rhoda's here. Good to see you. Lovely. Jonathan says hi. Say hi, Jonathan. He's there with Rosie. Rosie got a new princess bed. That was a gift from Spirit. So I still have static sound. Lots of static. Are you getting static, babe? He's not getting it. Okay, let me know if it's still going on. Hershey, the shadow reader, is here. Lovely to see you, Miss Hershey. All right. There could be some storms in and around eclipses, so just be aware. And then Jonathan says, 2008 was brutal. If you were there, you know what I mean. If you weren't, consider yourself luckier than most. Jonathan lost his entire fortune in 2008. He used to be a millionaire, you guys. And then he had like negative, what, $56,000? Like he went from like millions to negative, like in debt. Yeah, so What was 2008 like, Jonathan?
Yeah, it's kind of a funeral
Yeah.
for the economy, and anybody that's had more than $10,000 in the home.
Yeah. And he actually, you had something against stocks or something, and then yeah. So he lost everything, but he met me, so it's all good. Oh, Dylan, welcome. I'll get your question in. Lovely to see you. And then Rose Blue is fixing to visit my parents, discuss my move in 9 months. After Dad goes into hospital for nursing care. You are such a caring family member, Rose Blue. And then Dylan says, "Yep, the flock cameras. Okay." Some patient says, "Maybe I should change my reading. How do I survive this eclipse?" I gave you some tips during our session. So it is hitting somewhat close to your Saturn, not directly on it, but it's important that you just do some things that I said at the beginning, and I think you'll be fine, my dear. And then thank you for telling everyone my site if you guys want to look up your rising and see how this eclipse is specifically affecting you. And the lovely Steve is here. I hope you have a blessed week too, Steve. And Venus, Capricorn rising. Yep, and you have Venus on your ascendant, so she's Venus rising. Talk about an intuitive, guys. And then Rose Blue is, so wear my welding goggles and just glance at. Don't even glance at it. Keep all the windows closed and do mantras. Like the mantra I gave you will shield your astral self, okay? And then you are so welcome for the mantra time. We're up at 4 a.m. every morning. Like I got no, if you guys can't tell, like bags under my eyes. I got no sleep last night. Zero, because Rahu is right on top of my moon right now. And so I'm just like overthinking everything emotionally and knew it was going to happen, and it's keeping me up at night. So it'll get better. And then, yes, if you search for Mahamrityunjaya mantra on my shorts, you guys can find me doing it over and over again, or just go back to when I gave it to you guys. Oh, Jonathan just posted it. There you go. So good evening, Judith. It is so lovely to see you. Thank you for all the love. And then Cheryl says, I took your advice and changed my flight to the 13th. I got first class upgrade. Hey, that's awesome. So I'm so glad you took the advice. You don't want traveling. You do not want to travel during an eclipse. So I'm so glad that you did that. And then Rachel Rose, let me look. I did get your tip, dear. Okay, I did. So go ahead and ask your question. And then we have Cheryl and some patients as well. Okay. And everyone's saying happy birthday to Rose Blue. You guys are great. And yes, you are covered, Pure Love Essence. So go ahead and get your question in. Okay. You have a date at 4 p.m. in 2 months. Okay, I'll get that in. People are all saying hi to Jonathan, and there's still static going on. You guys, I mean, I could change the VPN. Maybe that'll work. I can change it to, let me change my VPN. Okay, let me know if that's any better. Am I still here? Am I still frozen over there? Okay, so I just changed the VPN. Let me know if that works. And then this is the mantra. Do you want to do it with me? Let's do it together. Yeah. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Purva Vrukamiva Vandanam Mrityor Ruchiyamamrita Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Purva Vrukamiva Vandanam Mrityor Ruchiyamamrita Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Purva Vrukamiva Vandanam Mrityor Ruchiyamamrita Om Shanti 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 Om Peace Peace Peace. And touch that. Okay. All right. And then, new subscriber, Ashlesha Modi. I'll get you in the queue. Know that I do go through tippers first, and then I go in order. So please be in the audience for your question. And then Rosebud goes, okay, not looking. Good. And then, okay, Rachel, I got your question in. And you didn't sleep well either. I'm right there with you. Oh, my goodness. And then, let's see. Rachel says, Mexico static is more intense than American static. You're so cute. Okay, it's not better. It's worse. It's worse. Okay, let me go back to, oh my Lord. Huh? Connect it. Okay. Is that better? I just turned the VPN off. Let me know if that works, okay? Okay, so Ishta Modi, I did get your question and know that if you ask it again and again, you're still going to be in order, okay, sweetie? So don't worry. And then, oh, thank you, some patience. That's so sweet. She said she could let us listen to us both all day. Well, from 4 to 7 a.m., that's what we're doing. He's laughing. Okay. Am I a little choppy? Well, guys, let me know how that goes. Because again, my Mercury is getting eclipsed right now. So, and so's my moon, and it's in my 10th house. Is now worse than the second. Lovely. Okay, so let me go back to the VPN. You guys, I'm telling you, I'm trying my best here. All right, it's opening. I got to restart it. Secure my connection. All right, so tell me if that's better. Okay, if it's deteriorated the video quality. Okay, so I went to the fastest VPN near us in Mexico. Hopefully that's a little better. Oh my goodness, and thank you for the jewels, love. I appreciate that. All right. Oh my gosh, Rosie's looking at me. If you guys are in the long video, she's so cute right now. I mean, I just love this little girl. She's like... All right. Okay, so now let's get to our readings. Okie dokie. So Aaron is first. So Aaron, go ahead and ask. I'm guessing this is a message from your guides. And then after Aaron, we have the lovely Cheryl, and then Rachel, and then some patients. And then we're going to go in order of questions received. Okay, that's how it works on the show. Okay, guys? Because it actually costs money for me to do this. So I appreciate any kind of energy transfer. I have to pay a subscription and ads and website, everything else. So you guys know how it goes. Okay. So general reading, Mr. Aaron. So if you guys don't already follow him, Aaron has an amazing channel where he does hunting and fishing expeditions. He is going to be featured in National Geographic magazine. He is a native and part of the Yakima area tribe, and his videos are absolutely fascinating. The things that he is able to do physically in these videos is just astonishing to me. Like I was a marathon runner. I was a national taekwondo champion. You guys don't know this about me. I'm like a super athlete. I look at Aaron and go, how does he do that? My sister's an Olympic athlete. I come from a very athletic family. I look at Aaron and go, how does he do that? It's balance-wise and everything else. It's really amazing what this guy's able to do. It's inspiring. So check out his channel. We've got some stuff coming, Aaron. Okay, this involves some of the stuff going on with the elders in the tribe. Okay, I see what's going on. Woo! All right, but you got this. You got this, Aaron. Deep breath. Okay, let's see if my oracle cards have anything to say. Okay, they do. I'm giving you a full reading. Okay. Oh, great. Okay, these are good cards, Aaron, because what this tells me is that you are going to be okay despite all of the drama that's coming your way, especially with the coming eclipse. Okay? So the first card I got was act like a leader. This is the sun. You are already a leader in your tribe. You are, like as Jonathan said, if you're not a leader already, that's just crazy. So act like a leader. Do not dim your light for what's about to come and what is happening currently in your life. Okay, because you are a leader. You are there to right some things, okay, that have been wrong. Then I got the Seven of Wands reversed. Okay, this tells me don't fight it, just maintain your peace. Don't start any battles. If this were upright, it'd be like, okay, you know what? I'm going to take my staff up and really start fighting these people. Just put your staff down and be like, you know what? I'm here to lead. I'm not here to cause drama. I'm not going to participate in the arguments and the that's happening right now, because this is not my energy. It doesn't belong to me. It belongs to you. This is you projecting on me. Okay? So sit in peace and know that you're doing the right thing. The reason I say that is you will overcome the devil upright here that is trying to manipulate the situation and cause problems. This is all about recognizing the trap. It's about realizing that you're breaking chains, you're breaking free from relationships that are very harmful, especially in your family and tribe. And they have a false sense of power, and no amount of support can fill their empty soul, because they're drawing from the material instead of the spiritual, which is what you're diving into. Okay. Know that the bonds of Maya, which is this illusory plane, are incredibly strong. Lust and gold can bind the soul from its true nature. They can keep us back. But know them for what they are. They're mere shadows. They're illusions, and they will lose their power over you, because this came up reversed. Okay? So you are going to resist a lot of the desire-based bonds that other people in the tribe are heavily focused on, and it comes from a place of fear of the material. You're going to break some of the patterns that are going on. Okay, that's a good thing. All right, so don't lose your humanity to the shadows that are going to be coming your way. Do not let it affect your marriage. Okay, because I got the levels reversed. It could there could be some people speaking to your wife, your loved one, and saying poison, because Ashlesha rules poisons. Your wife could be getting wrong information or things that are causing her distress. Really try to provide and be there for her, okay? Because in a leader-based way, because she's being lied to. That's kind of what I got when I pulled that card. When you do that, I got the beautiful Magician. You have everything you need to resolve this issue, okay? You have the energy, you have the visualization, you have the skill, you have the revelations you're coming with. This is part of your destiny. You're aligned with the will of the divine, because you're living in spirit and not in the material. Okay? Once you reveal some of the lies, some of the poisons that come out from the Ashlesha eclipse, don't seek revenge. Keep your peace and just keep doing what's right. And you will be infinitely rewarded and blessed by the divine. Okay, this is the divine conch. The divine conch is represented by both Vishnu and Shiva in the Eastern tradition, but you can't start a war without a conch. And in this case, it's telling you that you are ending something toxic to begin something beautiful. Okay, so it's echoing through the cycles of creation. You're being initiated with positive energy and spiritual protection when I get this card. So don't seek reprisal, because spirit has your back. New ventures, creative ideas, artistic pursuits, a lot of things are going to be coming your way. And with your marriage, a fresh emotional chapter could open. Healing can restore a lot of innocence and trust that you have at the beginning. It's important that you do mantra, breath work, anything that sound healing, they're also saying, could bring a lot of renewal. But know that every ending will sing a new beginning, because that's what the conch represents across cultures. And that is what's going to help you through the eclipse energy. Okay? You're dealing with a lot. Okay, so let's see what you're saying here. Yes, okay. They said the story will come out in October in National Geographic. Congratulations. That's beautiful. And then my mindset has been that way the last 3 days, just peace. I have had a now, not my friend, said he was going to shoot me. That's very Ashlesha. I took it kind of hard. Well, I would too, but then at peace with myself. You've got a peaceful spirit, my dear. He was saying he was sleeping with her and other crazy things. Those are lies. Okay, that's what I got. They're trying to break apart the relationship that you have. Yeah, so that's what I picked up in the reading. Okay. It says it sounds like your now not friend has been drinking that Eclipse Kool-Aid. Yeah. I've been keeping my peace. I got drawn for a ram tag. I now have to keep my background clean, so I've been avoiding any retaliation or fights. Excellent. That's what Spirit's asking you to do. That's why I got the Magician. You have all of the tools in your toolbox to fight this devil, demonic energy. He came up upside down. I love it when the devil comes up upside down because you just kicked him to the curb and he went, dang it. I'm going to have to come back stronger next time because this guy's just got, he's the magician. He's like the mage. He's able to throw things my way spiritually that just, not today, devil. You know, that is literally you. So you're doing great, Aaron. Just that's your attaboy from Spirit. Okay? All right. So now, I hope that was helpful, my dear. Thank you so much for coming. Jonathan, don't we appreciate when Aaron comes on?
100%.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So now let's get to our next lovely question. And I believe it was Cheryl. Yes. And then Rachel. Okay. And then we have some patients. So Cheryl, may I ask for a reading for the next 2 weeks, especially how my trip to the West Coast will go? I'm so glad you got those first class tickets and that you changed the date. That is a huge, huge thing. And then Aaron says, thanks, you two. I appreciate you and pray for you guys. We pray for you too, Aaron. I mean, oh my gosh, we're so glad to know you and follow you. Again, follow Aaron Whitefoot's channel. He is such an amazing soul. And he's very tapped into the guides. So appreciate you too, Aaron. Oh my goodness. And Cheryl, I see that you're here. Okay. And welcome, Entertainment Television. I live in Mexico City. So that's what this beautiful background is. So, okay. Here's Cheryl. Next 2 weeks. Ooh, this is going to be fun. I'm getting good cards already for you. Are you looking to do any business or contracts or, I mean, anything like that's concrete and goal, Cheryl? Because that's kind of what I'm getting there. And some patient says, enjoy first class, Cheryl. That's a big deal. I'm so glad that you changed your itinerary and got blessed for it. Okay. I'm getting good cards for this trip, honey. So this is good. Even though you're in between eclipses, it's not bad. This actually makes me a little happy. So that's good. Just to let you guys know, when it comes to tippers, I spend a little extra time on their questions because they're helping support what I do. Ooh, you got great cards for this trip. Great cards. Okay. So I'm visiting my son and grandson. He's 2 years old, August 12th. Oh, okay. So your grandson's going to be going through some big stuff. Okay. This affects his son. Sun represents vitality, eyesight, and the ego. So really pay attention to, I don't know what his rising is, but go back, if you can find out what his rising is via the calculator on my site, that should help you understand the major transformations that this eclipse is going to cause for him. Okay? Oh my goodness. So, Miss Cheryl, I got Capricorn 7th house. Okay, Capricorn represents, it's a very business-like nakshatra. It's very grounded. It's very goal-oriented. This is like the king of earth signs, okay? And you combine it With the seventh house, this is all about your relationships. So you are going to be grounding your relationships, creating some stability there. This is a very Emperor, Empress-like energy. It's a very Queen of Pentacles energy, actually. So you're going to be connecting in a very good way, relationship-wise, on this trip. So that's good. And you can offer some stability there. All right. Now, you mentioned that you're going to be meeting your grandson, and he's 2 years old on August 12th. So when this happens, it makes me laugh a little bit because it tells me that this is just spirit coming through and saying, hey, they really want you to focus on your grandson. I got the sun. There's your grandson on a horse. That's his sun sign, and it's getting eclipsed. Okay? So this is a child crowned in radiant light. It represents joy and innocence and force restored. It's effortless sovereignty. So if this is the dawn of enlightenment, because the sun represents clarity, vitality, success, unclouded illumination, because we haven't been, completely destroyed by the world yet, and absolute consciousness. That's why a lot of kids, they just open their mouth after a dream or when they're really young, and you're like, wow, that's really interesting, especially if they're speaking at that age, because they're not held back by a lot of the traumas that we do to each other and humanity. So there's going to be some joy with this grandson, some great communications going on, positive outcomes. So it's really good that you're really enjoying him and his presence. He's going to be okay despite the eclipse on his birthday, especially because he has grandma there to visit and to provide some love. Okay, I got that this trip is just going to fill you to the brim emotionally. This is a fountainhead of unconditional love and spiritual awakening. It represents pure bhakti. That means the heart opening and divine flow from the universe. So this is a big, open, beautiful, open-hearted experience that you're going to have, especially with connecting to your grandson. So I love getting that for you. And you said, 2 sons moved to Oregon 2 to 3 years ago. My younger son's partner is the one I have a relationship issue with, so I'm a bit worried. Come with an open heart, and you're going to be healing during this time, okay? Focus on your grandson, what's best for them. Focus on healing, relationships. There's going to be a lot of bhakti. Bhakti is like pouring water over sacred ash. You're washing the sacred ash back into the earth so that there is a better foundation for your relationships with each other. That's what they're showing me. Okay, so this is going to be really good. Now, when it comes to the overall energy of the meeting, I did go to my oracle cards for you, and I got Draupadi. This is about the choice. Okay, so when she appears, she's reminded that dignity is not given, it is claimed. So Draupadi is not passive. She's not a passive woman. So when there are circumstances imposed upon her, she retained her voice, her intellect, and her moral authority. She questioned kings. She challenged unjust laws. She refused to accept humiliation as fate. Her power was not in physical strength, but in clarity and self-worth and the courage to speak truth in the face of authority. So if there are people that are coming to you and going, you, this, that, you just very calmly speak the truth and seek emotional connection. Don't say sorry. Literally say, okay, why do you feel that way? What did I say that made you feel that way? And then speak the truth. For instance, well, on the phone the other day, you said blah, blah, blah. Okay, how did you interpret that? We call this active listening. How did you interpret what I said? And then let that person speak to you. This is what I heard. And then you say, that is not what I meant. What I meant was, and then you tell them the truth. And then you use it in a very emotionally cleansing way. A lot of active listening is going to help you stand up for yourself and your boundaries and also heal those emotional connections. Another thing is, if someone asks you a very personal question or tries to get a little too under your skin, you can say, why do you ask? Okay, why are you asking? Well, because you can actually understand the motivations behind the pain that they're projecting and then work with them in that moment. Okay, so This card is going to help you make a lot of significant decisions regarding your relationships with your family. And there are multiple paths that are now in front of you. So, but they need to be aligned with your dignity and your long-term well-being, because that's what property is all about. So your choice is a power, but only when exercised consciously. Okay? So you're obviously navigating a very complex dynamic with competing demands in the family. And this card is asking you to choose what honors your self-respect, and know that silence or compliance are also a choice. So be very mindful of that. Okay? So not every option is meant for you, but just choose what honors your truth in that moment and set some very appropriate and loving boundaries with those family members. Okay? And it'll be okay. Once you do that, oh, I got a good card for you. I got the Justice card. Yay! So things are going to work out. This is Vidura, and when he appears, consciousness speaks where silence once ruled. So you're going to be able to have some really meaningful conversations. The situation coming into the family dynamic is going to demand a lot of honesty and accountability for everyone involved. And fairness will restore balance, even if difficult conversations are required, which they will be in this case. But it's important that you come from a loving heart. You do not say sorry. You seek truth, meaning you felt hurt by this comment. Can you tell me how you interpreted that? What did you hear me saying to you? Because this is, when I got from our last two readings, is she's coming from a place of childhood wounds, as are you, and they're competing with each other. Once you're able to clear the air, things will get a lot better between you. Okay, my dear? So I hope that that was helpful. You've got this. I'm so glad that you're going. And she goes, oh, wow, great card. That's wonderful, my dear. I'm so glad that that worked, that you're doing this, because it's going to do a great job. And then HBJ 111, I will go ahead and get your question in. Welcome to the show. It's lovely to see you. And then, oh my goodness, that Justice card, right? Oh my goodness, I love my Mahabharata Oracle. It's one of my favorite texts to read. And then some patient says, that blessing on a change of flight, enjoy first class. Yes, definitely. And then Cheryl says, thank you so much. I will work it out. It'll work out, I'm sure. Yeah, that's what the card said. You know, you're there to just clear the air. And it's going to be an okay thing. All right? Oh my goodness. So next we have the lovely Rachel Rose Barber. I'd love a reading regarding my idea to be a bit more serious about studying German and preparing to move back to Berlin in a few years when I retire. I'm studying Spanish here in Mexico, so I'd love that you're doing that. That is awesome. Oh, Pure Love Essence, Trinity, I got your question in. Thank you for that. So I'm a big fan of learning, and I know that you already know a little German, so that's good. I knew a little Spanish before coming here, so it was a lot easier for me to adapt. How would you say my Spanish is, honey? Oh, you think it's good? Okay. I mean, I think it's enough to get us by, right?
You talk to someone, they answer you, you can have a conversation with somebody.
Oh yeah, yeah. I can have conversational Spanish, but like when we go to Jonathan's medical appointments, or when someone's speaking very, very fast on the street, I'm like, freeze a little bit, like, okay, because I want to make sure that I can respond appropriately. But I will say that the difference in cultures is we tend to speak a little slower in English than we do in Spanish, and so especially with the accent, so I don't always catch it, and I get a little embarrassed. So there's that. Okay. And then Rachel says, yes, I do. I adapted well, but I need to work on it. I'm the same way. You know, the fact that you already know it is a big deal, Rachel. So, and I loved your post on the music students on the bridge and being able to walk without fear, as opposed to the United States, los Estados Unidos. The reason Jonathan and I moved to Mexico was because, just like you, guys were stopping in their trucks going, hey, baby, you all alone? I could give you a ride. Looks like you're carrying something heavy. And I'm like, I don't know this dude. And I say, no, thank you, I'm good. And I keep walking, and they're following me in their truck. Oh, just get in. And I'm like, oh, God. I've been there before, and I know that you went through that when you first got back. So, I mean, you just had a coffee maker in your hand. It's like I can go home and do this by myself. Here in Mexico, we can take Rosie out at night on a walk alone. No one bothers me. In fact, I've had a couple of instances where, like Jonathan was falling or I was falling, people helped us. You know, I mean, it's a completely different culture in Europe, in Latin America, than it is in Los Estados Unidos. It's especially for women, because it hasn't been easy. So, okay, studying German. All right. You said, okay. Yes, I do. I adapted well. I need to work on it. My mom told me when I was a baby, it sounded like I came out speaking German. Well, you are a musician, and a lot of famous musicians are German. Do you know any Germans, Jonathan? Jonathan comes from a German family, and they're all NASA scientists and musicians. So, engineers, musicians, they come out of that heritage. It's actually a really beautiful thing. It's Almania in Espanol. I learned the word for Germany the other day. It's a very safe city. I'm so glad you were able to travel Berlin, my dear. Minus the whole pride attack thing. Yes, that was a big deal. I'm glad that you were there to kind of see that. Shem, I got your question in. It was literally under a pound. The guy just wanted, yeah, I know. Ugh, I know. I mean, they'll stop in their truck and they'll try to. Jonathan's seen me attack in restaurant. Like, we were sitting in a restaurant and the guy came over the booth and like grabbed me and like stuck his tongue in my ear. I don't know this person. I mean, that actually happened. Remember that? I was in the library, like looking at some books, and a guy jumped me there, and like they like to grab me and like start doing stuff and like licking me. It's really gross. Like, and I don't know these people. They just jump me and like, it's just ugh. That's never happened here. So I'm very happy to be in Mexico, where if that were to happen, I think a bunch of guys like that were even in the environment would attack that guy. So that's good. Yeah, it's super gross. Yeah. Wear an obsidian. Yeah, it doesn't really matter what I wear. It's just like, look at me, and it's like they literally, I mean, Jonathan, they literally jump me, right?
Yeah.
Jump me.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, he's seen it. It's crazy. I don't know what it is. I don't. So, anyway. Okay. So let's get to your reading. All right, the first thing I got is Capricorn. So this is all about setting goals, thinking long term. It's going to be a while before you're able to settle into Germany. Okay, it's going to be a bit of a, like you said, you have 2.5 years until the end of your term. And yes, I fought the law, Venus. So this is all about maintaining a long-term goal, thinking about it in a way that is out there by a few years. Okay, so if you practice now, it'll work. And it's possible that in a past life, we've never done this before, but I can tell you where you've lived in past lives first based on astrocartography. So that would be a fun session to have, to see how you would interact there, and whether or not you're supposed to go back there, stay there, what the overall energy would be there if you decided to move. Now, right now is not a good time. I know you already know this because I got Queen of Pentacles reversed. You still have a contract. You still have things going on with the army. They really want you focusing on that. Okay? This is all about not just jumping the gun. Use your best judgment. Okay? Because this is she rules Capricorn. I got Capricorn. So it's important that you see this as more of like a, how do I say this, as a long-term goal, and don't jump the gun. That's the main thing that I'm getting. And the upright, so I got her upside down. So seeing this from a financial standpoint is not how they want you to see it. They want you to see it from a mental standpoint. I got Queen of Swords upright. This is clarity through transformation. She has a very piercing intellect. She's independent. She's mentally strong. She's self-sufficient. She is very assertive. She has suffered and learned from the past. And she is also a person who decided not to have children, like us. So your compassion and the way that you are viewing this move should be guided by wisdom and a long-term effect. So it's important that you come from a place not of emotion, but rather of intellect when it comes to making a move that big and also learning a new language. When I get that, it tells me that you're already tapped into it. It might be something that you learned in a past birth, which is why it just comes so fluently for you. Like you said, your mother said you came out speaking German. It's possible that that was your past life. It'd be interesting to see where your K2 is in the astrophotography. And then I got Ace of Cups reversed for now. So do not see this from an emotional perspective. See it from a mental one. That's what they're saying. Don't see it from financial. Don't see it from emotional. See it from mental. Okay? Because there's a bit of an emotional blockage here. Okay. What are you guys saying? Oh, wow. Okay. All right, so I've already did this in another video, but you might be drawn to Germany. Okay, what are you guys saying? There is a past life connection there. Okay, and it's kind of, there's some healing that needs to happen there. Okay, so make sure that you do not emotionally deplete yourself as you try to make plans, because I know after going to Berlin, after I traveled to other countries, especially before we settled here, it was really, really emotional for me because we had to wait until we were in a better financial and secure position. We were freed of contracts and things like that before we could move. And we were kind of forced to move because of this family situation. But you just see it as long term, and don't emotionally jump into this, because it's going to be, it's like I said, it's going to be over a period of years. Okay, my dear. You had a psychic once tell me I was a composer in Germany. I completely agree with you. I mean, how many violinists, brilliant violinists come out of Germany? Come on. And then, oh, you did your astrophotography a few days ago. It was fascinating. That's wonderful. Yay. Oh, I love that. Okay. So I hope that was helpful, Miss Rachel. And best of luck to you as you move through that, because that's a big deal. Okay. Now, the lovely Some Patience is next. Lovely to see you, Some Patience. What am I oblivious to right now? Any messages for me? That's a great question. Let's change the lighting up a little bit because I'm a little bright. Do you want to turn off this light here? Jonathan's my lighting technician. Hands up for Jonathan. Okay. And then we have the lovely Mexico skyline behind us. No lightning and thunder tonight, so that's good. We have over the last few days. Oh my gosh, Jonathan went outside in the rain with Rosie. They came back covered in mud. We had to wash her and him, because as you guys know, Jonathan is now a 24/7 patient. He is, you know, you're doing okay, right, babe? But when it comes to basic stuff, you need my help, like showering and eating on time and wearing clean clothes and things like that. So he actually did a really good job taking Rosie out, but they came back just absolutely covered in mud, and we had to wash them off. It was crazy. The rainstorms here are really intense this time of year, the rainy season in Mexico. We get lots of, I love the thunder and lightning and seeing all of this. So like I'll make like some chamomile tea and we'll sit back and we'll watch it. It's one of my favorite things. So, all right. Let's find out what you are oblivious to. What is oblivious to? That's actually not a bad question. I really like that. Okay. And Venus, if you can put in the chat that questions are closed unless we receive a tip, that would be great, because we're an hour in. Over an hour in. So if you got here and I got your question in, you're good. I'm going to get you in order. But if you want your question answered, you need to tip. Well, we did talk a lot about what you were kind of oblivious to, boundaries, things like that. Right there with you in your reading, okay? That we had. And that was so much fun getting to know you and see you. You were such a cool person. Okay, this isn't going to surprise you. All right. First card I got was Virgo. This is your ascendant, dear patients. In the sidereal, it represents the bureaucrat, doing what's best for you, your health, your daily routines, checking those I's, dotting those T's. Oh, wait, I just did the, but there you go. There's the Mercury in the eclipse. It's dotting those I's and crossing those T's. There you go. Checking all those little boxes. So maintaining your daily routines, really focusing on your health, doing what's best for you on a daily, that is going to be a really big and beautiful deal for you. Okay, my dear, health. It literally says doing what you must do, okay? This is also a card of service, which is what you fall into a lot, which I do too, okay? Now, what you're learning, this is not going to surprise you at all, because you and I talked a lot about this during our reading, which was so much fun. I got the Justice card. So this is all about stepping into your legal authority, your power, okay? This is truth, structure, adjustment, morality, knowing who you are when it comes to legal accountability is what they're showing me. Ethics, all right? So you're setting some very important boundaries with people that are just going, yeah, I'm going to trample all over those and do what I want and hurt you, okay? Helping in the wrong way creates karmic for both sides. You don't want that. Balance, accountability, right timing, and ethical help from a very practical standpoint is what you're learning in this. And what you're missing is that you're already good at this. You just need to put it in place. It's kind of like having a sword that's been dusty in the closet along with a shield. You just need to get it out, polish it up, and bring it out into battle, okay? So it represents an uncompromised scale. You're going, no, this is what's right, this is what's wrong, you're doing what's wrong, bye, okay? The law of karma is the law of absolute balance and cause. Do not be deceived, because these people are deceiving you left and right. I went through the same thing. Whatever a man sows, he will also reap, and the universe keeps a perfect ledger. So I think it was Buddha that said that. So the clarity of cosmic and moral law is already laid out. It's operating perfectly, and it delivers unbiased results without emotion. Pay attention to that. Don't give in to the wants of others over your own most basic needs. It's boundary setting. We mentioned that and it's a legal boundary setting when it comes to work, when it comes to family, when it comes to health, when it comes to every aspect of your life. You have beautiful, good karma from your past births. You just need to set some serious boundaries, okay? You were born very close to the same time I was, and so, I mean, I love the fact that you contacted me, because I'm going through the same thing. Okay. This is your major, this is what you're really working on. This is your blind spot, so to speak, because you asked about that. You said, you know, what do I need to work on, okay? This is where you need some maturity. I got the Page of Wands reversed. It's how you respond to crises, how you act in the face of what people are asking of you, okay? Now, this is a person with a lot of youthful enthusiasm when it's upright. But when it's upside down, not so great. There's a lack of focus. There's impulsive decision making that leads to a lot of expenses. There's some unsettling news that usually comes after that. This is someone who's being treated unfairly because they're not setting appropriate boundaries when it comes to their actions. This is also loss of employment, loss of monetary funds, loss of family connections. I mean, this is someone who, if upright, has a lot of, you know, beautiful, youthful enthusiasm, but when they're being used and abused, they're a doormat. Okay, so it's important that you don't allow people to decide your actions for their sensory entitlement. That's a new one, you guys. Sensory entitlement and narcissism. So these are people that are like, I am going to put this delusion or this sensory enjoyment ahead of the most basic needs of other people. You can attract them like flies when you're as giving and action-based and karmic-based as you are, okay? What do they want you to focus on instead of those things, okay? Because we want to end on a good note. Get to work, my friend. You've got a micro farm. You've got a lot of things coming your way. The Eight of Pentacles is all about focus and mastery through repetition. It's a grindstone. This card represents apprenticeship, painstaking attention to detail, which I know you have as a Virgo ascendant. Repetitive practices. Oh, I don't know, like farming. Dedicating yourself and mastering a specific trade, like farming, okay? Know that genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration. It was Thomas Edison that said that. And so, you know, it's important that you really work on your practical craft through relentless discipline, and don't allow all these other distractions and just people going, do this for me, do that for me. It's your job, it's your role. Just get rid of those people. They're not here to serve themselves or even you, okay? And any help that you give them is not going to be well spent. All right? All right, let's see what you have to say. Yes, the reading was amazing. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad you thought so. I had a lot of fun reading your soul. It was really cool. And then free list is now closed. Thank you, Miss Venus. And then learning to stay out of other people's business. You've got your own business, and it's going to be very successful once you put the once you put your nose to the grindstone. And you say, I take no prisoners when it comes to my boundaries. You and I both need to work on those things. That's why we're here. You know, it's when I look at someone's chart and they don't have any negative karma, but they went through all that crap, I just went, oh, you're like me. You just need to, you're here to work on discernment and vairagya. Okay. And then a client actually agreed to back pay, no timeline yet, a big legal boundary win. Yay, well, I got that justice card for you. And sensory entitlement, that's a fancy term. It sounds very much like something I'd say. It just popped into my head. You never heard me say that. Like, that's brand new. So that was just for you. Okay. Thank you, some patience. It's lovely to connect with you. Gigi's here. Oh, you're in California. Very cool. Good to see you, Gigi. Welcome, my dear. Okay. And then Ishta says, me too. It makes sense to question itself. We all feel the same way, right? I completely agree with you. And then Rachel, you'll tell me about it later. Okay, I'm excited. And then let's see. Seashells. Just to let you know, we did close questions. A bunch of people left. I might get to you, but we'll see. Okay. So I'm gonna make sure. Oh, Susan's here. Susan, I didn't even see you pop in. Let me look. Did you see Susan pop in, sweetie? Susan, ask your question. Thank you so much for tipping. I see you in the queue. Oh, there she is. Yay. Pure Love Essence. Okay, I've got you in the queue. You're up, sweetie. So we're gonna do Pure Love Essence, and then we're gonna do the Susan. Thank you for asking your question, Susan. Okay. All right. My question is, I have a date Tuesday at 4 p.m. Okay, so it's not during the eclipse. That's good. He's an archaeologist. Oh my gosh, that was one of my favorite courses in college, was archaeology and religion. It was so much fun. I'm a writing, rhetoric, and culture major, which is basically just a fancy name for anthropology major. And archaeology was one of my favorite classes. It is such a great subject. He's planning to see me straight. After he finishes work. I meet Danny last Friday, Oxford City, England. Okay, so how's your day going to go? Is that kind of what you're asking? Well, congratulations on getting a date. That's exciting. See how it goes for you. Okay. Pull some cards on this date. And if you guys aren't subscribed already, please do. It helps helps with the algorithm, and you guys can keep up to date on what's going on. Does he have children, Danny? Does he have children? Is he going through a divorce? So maybe some financial problems? Okay. Not getting the best cards. Wish they were a little better. Oh boy. Okay. You can tell me a little bit more about what you know already. Do a little more homework, my dear. And I'm glad that you're back after your Wi-Fi connection was cut off. I mean, the eclipse is already showing itself. Trinity, it's interesting. I got that there's some stuff going on in his life that he might not be telling me about. Okay, and it's big stuff. Okay. I wish I had better cards. The first card I got was the Sun reversed. Okay, this is kind of a no card when it comes to things really working out. This is, let me see this. This is a clouded sun when it comes up reversed. It's masked pride. So keep your face to the sunshine so you can't see the shadow. But if you turn away, the shadow will engulf you and your light will become a distortion of arrogance. So there's something going on with this person. This is also the card of children and of pride and of how we exert ourselves. So there's a severe energy drainage going on in his life. You do not want to invite that into your life. Okay? There's some overinflated pride dynamics happening with him and another person. Narcissism, it's burning other people. Okay? It's very toxic energy. Okay? I don't know anything. All I need to know is that he's colleges and he was born in Oxford and he's a bit older than me. He's in his 40s. Oh, like me. Okay, so he's in his 40s. There's something going on behind the scenes with a female, possibly a child, but there's some narcissism going on. There's some drama. There's some energy drainage. Do not get trapped up in this, my dear, because it's not great. It's injustice. Whoop. It's a legal battle that he's not on the right side of. Okay, so this is not the best card to get in a reading. Just letting you know when it comes to date and dating. It tells me that there is something about injustice, maybe some denial going on in his life. You know, I think it was Martin Luther King that said, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. We are caught in an inescapable network of mutuality, tied in a single garment of destiny. So it's important that you recognize any corruption going on in his life. There's a refusal to take personal responsibility with that sun reversed. There's some bias. There's blaming others for their own self-created karma. Ugh, I'm just not getting great cards for where he's at in his life right now. Okay, so it's important that if you choose to go on a date with him, that you are very, very cognizant of what's going on. This is some of the negative energy I'm getting. I got Queen of Pentacles reversed. This is a woman who's a bit greedy, overspending, irresponsible with money, not using her best judgment. Okay, so this is toxic material security. It represents that, you know, this inner insecurity from either, you know, superficial networks and hoarding and treating family relationships as business transactions. So not great dates, not great date cards. Okay, I wish I had better ones for you. I really look forward to you maybe going on some other dates and opening yourself up to that. But right now, it's just not looking good. Okay, so I asked, you know, what you could do to bring in some expertise to this area. I got the expertise card. And this is Sahadeva. He's one of my favorite characters in the Mahabharata because he's the astrologer. And one thing that I learned from the Mahabharata and the Gita is I don't give people my astrological advice unless my guru says they seek me out for it and seek my services. Because if you just give people unmitigated advice, it might not be taken correctly. Okay, so what this is saying that not every insight must be shared immediately. Allow understanding to mature before addressing any sensitive matters about yourself and who you are as a person. Be very, if you're going to go on a date with this person, be as light as possible. Do not share anything personal with this person. Allow them to spill their personal stuff and then go, okay, now I know everything about this person, but do not share your personal details with them. It can be used against you, especially when I got a lot of narcissism cards. Okay? I wish I had better cards for you, my dear. Going on the date, I'm happy to pull cards on that, but this one's not going to go very well. Okay? I know he was born in Oxford. He's in his 40s in Oxford. I mean, okay, yeah. So I got that. Not the best cards for the date. I'm so sorry. I would definitely seek something a little better. Okay. Whew, sending you lots of love, Trinity. So Susan, I met a very aligned nurse practitioner with whom I have a lot in common. Yay! Someone who practices natural wellness with her patients already in her own medical practice, who could possibly fill a huge piece of our research needs. Oh my gosh, you guys talk for hours. Awesome. Well, you do have Jupiter going through your 4th house, which is real estate. So I'm kind of excited. I hope that that's going well. And then he'll be pulling into 5th house for you as well. So you've got some great Jupiter aspects going on. And he's your Mahabharat. He's your Mahad Lord right now. So much of this project has been coming in these amazing boosts of coincidence and synchronicity. That's the guru. Yet in alignment here nearly knocked me over. Am I reading this right? Does she bring a huge blessing to this project? Let me ask about this gal's energy. I'm excited for you. Okay. Well, I know after your birthday in 2027, until your birthday in 2028, you are going to have a major, major breakthrough when it comes to your health. Oh, you looked at a farm yesterday. Excellent. Jupiter's in your 4th house. This is the time for real estate for you. So you're blessed. You're going to be okay. Now, Ketu's about to move through there. So it's important that you cross those T's, you dot those I's, and you pay attention, because he's going to be causing a little bit of something. But you have good karma in your chart, so that's good. And Jupiter, he's going to be there until June 25th, 2027. And he's going to be going in and out of the Cancer Leo Gandanta like he did in 2008. So it's just important that you just keep your eyes open and look for those opportunities. Okay. About this person. What do you guys think? Okay. That's so awesome. Thank you. You're welcome. And then take care, Cheryl. Thank you for joining us. Enjoy packing and your trip. So much emotional clarity is going to come out of that for you. I am excited. Come back and let us know how it goes, my dear. Okay. Not getting the best cards. All right. At least for now. Okay. The first one I got was 7th house. This is all about partnerships, especially business partnerships. It's also the house of marriage. And then I got the 4 of Wands reversed. So this tells me that there's not a great foundation in place yet. It's not fully supported because it is, there's something that you're not seeing on the other side, okay? It's really important that when you have Jupiter in your 12th house, that you really look for the hidden meanings and intentions of others. Now you do have Saturn went retrograde, and it's going retrograde over Ravati, which is your Jupiter, which represents the husband and blessings from the guru. But it's important that there's a very firm foundation that you build, and that this is not the foundation here. So there's an instability going on. There's some insecurity regarding working together. Okay. So I asked, what can Susan kind of embody to help her understand the relationship a little better? And again, this is marriage, business partnerships. These are all going to be tested because of the astrological components that are happening in your chart right now. I got the Ace of Swords. This is a beautiful floating crown with a wreath, a victory wreath, okay? This represents that truth itself is sovereign. So this is a breakthrough of the pure intellect. This card represents the birth or paradigm of a shifting idea, absolute objectivity. When you have a double-edged sword of truth, it slices through delusion. So it's important that you look a little deeper into this person, what their intentions are, what their background is. Do a little more digging on a mental level, and the divine will reveal those things to you, especially through synchronization. There's going to be a breakthrough. Okay, so it's important that you, the search for truth is more precious than its possession. It was Albert Einstein that said that. And so the ultimate expression of pure scientific inquiry is about keeping a razor sharp mind when it comes to your business and the way that you're putting it together, and uncover any objective laws of what the universe is trying to show you. Okay, so there's a bit of a boundary that needs to happen here. It's going to happen through divine intellect, and it's going to help you out. I do wish I got a little bit better card, but these are just things you need to keep in mind. Okay, my dear. So then I got the sun, but it came up reversed. So this tells me that there's a shadow side to this that you're not seeing. Okay. Bad communications, there could be some delays in success, feelings of unworthiness. There's something going on there. And this is going to be tested just across the board for you, because you have Saturn, Shani, going over Jupiter in your 12th house, and he's going to be retrograding and coming back until February of 2028, and then he's going to head toward your ascendant, and that's going to actually be a good thing. Like, most people go, oh my gosh, Saturn on my ascendant. For you, after your birthday in 2027, oh my gosh, it's going to be just a complete reshift. You're gonna meet somebody who's going to just rock your world health-wise. But until then, you're going to have to be careful. Okay, so that's what I'm getting there. Mental level, delve deeper, razor sharp to uncover any chance it's actually somehow a really negative nature, something pre-planned. It seems so right on, too right on though. Yeah, there's a little narcissism going on there. There's a false mask, is what I'm picking up on. Okay, because there's some insecurity going on. And what are you guys saying? Anything you guys can give me from the Mahabharata, maybe? Ooh, okay. Yeah, I got the reprisal card. So don't seek revenge when you find out what was going on behind the scenes. There's something you're not seeing. There's something you're not seeing. And it's okay. You know, we've all been there. So, all right. And then some patience. Oh, you have a wonderful night, dear. Thank you for joining us. Oh my gosh. Well, I hope that was helpful this season, and best of luck. You know, you're going to get those little trials along the way, especially doing all the amazing work that you're doing. And it's going to be okay. Okay? Okay. So, our next lovely tipper is Gigi. I have a workers' comp case. The doctor wants to relieve me, but I'm still on. Oh, but I still on pain. Oh, pain. What do the cards tell me to get a lawyer? Okay, so you're asking about. Okay, so you're in a compensation case because you injured yourself at work. The doctors are working with you with the pain. Should you get a lawyer? Okay, that's kind of what I'm getting there. All right. Let me pull some cards for you, my dear. And I really hope that you heal soon, sweetie. That's always difficult. I've been through stuff like that too. Okay. And you're so welcome, Susan. Thank you so much. Not comic book evil, just some personal issues. Yeah, you know, just look a little deeper. That's all, sweetie. That's all I'm saying, Susan. There's something you're not seeing. That's all. And that's what Shani going into your 12th house is showing you, hidden things. He's trying to show you what you might be missing so that you create a really solid foundation for your organization. If it's too good to be true, look a little more into it. Maybe do a background check. Okay. Let's see. Ooh, okay. You're going through some transformation. Oh my goodness. This is a bit of a chronic condition that you've been going through, but you're going to come out of it. It's going to be all right. Thank you, G. Ooh. All right. The outcome's going to be okay for you, sweetie. So don't worry about that, but you're going to be going through a bit of a, what I call like Vedanta, which is some spiritual push. Okay? So, first card I got for you, dear Gigi. Welcome, Daniel Kippers from Twitch. Lovely to see you. So, Miss Gigi, the main thing that I got from you was Scorpio. Scorpio is the house of Yama, Lord of Death. It's also Ketu, our past lives. So you are learning something and relearning something that you might have ignored in past births. That's going to, this is also the house of chronic illness, that is trying to reroute the way you think and deal with certain people and situations. Okay, so that's the main energy that I got in and around that. Okay, so that's really important for you to cognize. Okay, let me just change 1 second. There we go. Okay, so this is death and rebirth. You're going through kind of a death and rebirth thing. All right, it's going to be okay, but this is the block that I see regarding how you are facing the situation and dealing with it. I got the Hangman, but he came up reversed. When this happens, there's some stagnation. There might be a little martyrdom going on. There's a resistance to change. Okay, you need to be really truthful with yourself when it comes to your recovery. And the reason that you kind of fell into this is you do sacrifice too much of yourself to make other people happy. You may be lingering in the past to control outcomes, things like that. Okay, so when you sacrifice yourself, no one's awakening. So it's important that martyrdom without purpose is recognized and stagnation is disguised as kindness. It's not a good thing in your life. Okay, so it's important that I think it was Kierkegaard who said that those, what did he say? There are those who prolong their suffering out of pride, making a temple out of their misery, refusing the sacrifice required to actually move forward. We've all fallen into that. But don't play the victim. Don't give yourself any unnecessary suffering. It just creates spiritual gridlocks in your life. Resisting the call to let go is going to cause some issues. So that's some stuff there. Okay. The main energy that I got for, I said, what's on the other side of this? So you're paying off some karma. The Lord of Death is involved. This is something from a past life. It's a big deal. I asked what the overall energy was behind this, but at the end of this, and I got the Four of Wands upright. So you're actually letting go of some things from the past that are really toxic because you just weren't in the right mindset. When you let go of those things, you're going to build a better foundation for your future. Okay, Gigi, there's going to be more harmony, equilibrium, appreciation in your life. So it's important that you get rid of that instability, that lack of belonging, any insecurities that you had in this area, and really look toward building a better foundation for yourself, because you're going through something that you might have not seen in the past birth. Because what Ketu does is he shows us what we were blind to and what we need to pay a little more attention to. And he can create chronic illnesses and accidents and all kinds of stuff to show us what we weren't seeing. I've been through that too. So you're not alone, okay? So I asked what caused this. I said, what was it that caused this big thing to happen in Gigi's life? I got the ambition card. Okay, this is Satyavati, and when she appears, your desires need to be examined. So she had a lot of relentless ambition. That's what the card is, but it cost her her peace. Her refusal to temper desire with wisdom led to frustration rather than fulfillment. And she teaches that the danger of ambition, divorced from values, can cause pain. So this tells me that this is something from a past life that they're teaching you, and that you are ready to learn it, and that you are actually mitigating unchecked desire in this birth, and that your ambitions must be aligned with ethics, patience, and foresight, so that you can maintain a beautiful foundation for yourself and being, happier and more foundationally aligned with spirit in the future. Okay, so know that control or obsession will damage any kind of intimacy that you have, that any love will thrive on mutual respect and not domination. That goes both ways. You're also learning to reassess your goals. There's a sustainable success that's going to require a lot of integrity and balance on your part, because you might have been a little blind to some of those things in your past lessons and births. And that burnout in your life will signal imbalance. And so rest will restore clarity when it comes to your health and moving forward. So ambition without wisdom consumes itself. So it's important that you know that this is karmic. Should you get a lawyer? They might not take your case, okay? I got an apology card. That's the thief reversed. Then I got that it's not a foundational place for you to do it, and that you need to kind of move on materially and just learn from this with the experience, okay? I'm not getting the best cards for you pursuing this because you're just going to get some apologies at the end of it, all right? I hope that provided some insight for you, dear. Oh my goodness. But don't waste your time on this. Just try to learn as much as you can from it and save your money on you and making your life a little better. Okay, sweetheart. Oh my goodness. Okay. So let me just see here. See if anyone else tipped. Okay, so we're going to go in order now. Let me just get my tip, my tarot stash mug. Lightning round, everybody. Make sure you're in the audience. Woohoo! Our first lovely question is the lovely Dylan. Dylan Karan, are you here? Ishta Modi, are you here? HBJ111, are you here? Shem, are you here? And Shells, are you here? You are our last in line. Please check in. You got to be here in the chat. Twin Spica, you're new here. Welcome, welcome. Were you born in 1985? Love that. Okay, HB is here. Ishta is here. Thank you for checking in, guys. I just appreciate you being in the audience. So HB and Ishta are here. Okay, you guys are the two. So who is first here? Ishta's first. Okay. So liked, new subscriber, will Ashlesha 2002 and Deepak February 8th, 2000 reconcile? Will you reconcile? Okay. Okay, let's see. You haven't fully hit your Saturn return yet. So so you're young. Oh my goodness. You're so young. I was in college when you were born. Oh my goodness. I know. And then your husband is Deepak. Okay. Oh yeah, Pure Love Essence is like, is the connection off? Yeah, my Mercury is getting eclipsed. So that's what you're picking up, love. And HB111, you are right after Ishta, okay? Okay. Now, I do compatibility charts. Okay, I had some fun with Jonathan last night. We were going through compatibility charts and going over them together, like with various celebrities and like seeing how we worked out with different family members, and it's a lot of fun. So I do have relationship readings that I give. I am a Jyotish certified practitioner under Komilla Sutton. I have degrees and certifications, and I also am certified to work with marriages in India. Okay, so you're always welcome to get a reading from me regarding your relationship, okay? But I'm going to pull a few cards for you because I don't have time to open up my software because you're not a past client. I don't have that information in there, your birth time, place, etc., okay? But if you go to astrologicaltarot.com, that's where it's at, okay? Okay, what is going on with Deepak and Tasha? Excuse me. Okay. Yeah, you guys aren't in a good spot. Okay, you're a bit stuck with each other. All right. Now is not the time for any kind of reconciliation because there's a lot of homework that needs to be done on an emotional and a mental level for both of you. You guys are not eye to eye when it comes to your communications, when it comes to your friendships, when it comes to the way that you deal with each other in your relationship, okay? there is a big discord here when it comes to the meeting of minds. Gemini is all about networking. It's all about communications. It's all about having that freedom of thought in word and in deed, and you just don't have that connection with each other. Okay, that's the big block. All right, that's the main thing that I'm getting in your relationship. Look at what's going on in the sign of Gemini in both of your charts, and that could give you some clues as to what is causing the disconnect between the two of you. Okay. The main energy that I got was now is not the time to reconnect or try to do anything. You both need to have a lot of inner work and things that you need to do, because I got the Wheel of Fortune, but it came up reversed. Okay. This is all about resisting the cosmic flow. Fated events catch up with those who run from them, and the stubborn are broken by the very changes that they refuse to accept. You need to accept the fact that this is not the time to try to evaluate or get in a relationship with this person. Bad timing. You're clinging desperate to a passing season. It's done. You're experiencing a harsh karmic backlash due to some ignorance that you are still trying to sort through. And we've all been through that in relationships, honey. You're no judgment from me. But this is the wheel of samsara. This is all about higher wisdom, and the Spirit's trying to teach you both something through this complete lack of emotional and mental communication, this huge block between you two. This is, Rahu and Ketu, they are our nodes, and they represent fate and cycles. And so what they're saying to you is let it go, move on, try to learn from the situation rather than trying to remedy it. Okay? Got the Chariot reverse. This course is not going anywhere. Okay? There's a loss of control between the two of you. There's some scattered focus. When you're with each other, you burn each other out, and life seems more uncontrollable than it should. So it's because you're not able to keep your emotions at bay with each other. You lose sight of your important goals, and because of that, it's just not a good combination. Okay, so it's important that you let this go, you learn from it, and you try to see it as a lesson rather than something that you should be trying to hold on to. Okay, don't lose sight of those important goals. Really try to, how do I say this? Don't crash the vehicle of your love life because you're trying to make something happen that shouldn't. All right. So I asked, where is the immaturity coming from? Because when I see this level of, like Wheel of Fortune reversed and other things going on, what is the main thing that you guys are both here to help each other with, okay? Without trying to get too involved. Obviously, I'm telling you to walk away from this, okay? I got the Page of Cups, but it came up reversed. Okay, what this tells me is that there is an emotional hypersensitivity between you two, and there's an archetype that I read. It was like, my emotions are too loud for my small skin. It's you're both very emotionally fragile. You're a little dramatic when you're around each other. You're overwhelmed by feelings, and that can kind of make us retreat into childish insecurities, which can then lead to tantrums with each other. So it's important that you realize that you're kind of inexperienced with each other and that you do not try to make this work. Okay, there's a lot of emotional immaturity. It's not your job to fix with each other. You need to fix it with outside of the dynamic. Okay, there's poor emotional regulation in the relationship, and which could lead to codependency and a lot of toxic behaviors. Don't try to make things up with Deepak, okay? Just learn from it and move on. All right, my dear. Oh my goodness, I hope that was helpful and that you come back and don't hate me. Okay. But know that you're here to teach each other some stuff, and that when you do that from separate camps, you're going to be able to really be a better person for it. You haven't even gone through your Saturn returns yet. You're so young. I went through a divorce during my Saturn return, and how would you say that went, Jonathan? Do you have any advice? No, he's my new husband. I married him in my mid-30s, okay? And he's great.
Sometimes you just have to let it go.
Let it go.
Yeah,
Let it go. Let it go.
it's, it's admirable that you want to reconcile, but if you're saying, if you're not in the process of reconciling, it takes two people.
Yes.
So you want to reconcile, but you're not in the process of reconciling, that's a message. The message is you probably need to move on.
Move on. Yeah.
I
And
don't
then she
know
says,
if
does this mean I will be separated? I will be alone then. You know what? Being alone is not bad. So Jonathan, that's how I met Jonathan, you guys. So I was alone for years and I did the inner work and like, how did you say that went for me?
Oh, much better.
Yeah.
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 I was just going to say, being alone doesn't mean you have to be lonely.
Yes. Yes.
It also doesn't mean that you have to be static.
Yes.
You know, you would have the ability to do essentially what you need to do and what you want to do without having to ask anybody's permission or worrying if they don't want to be with you or something. I'm not saying you should get divorced. I'm just saying you need to look after you.
Yes.
And then if someone else is in the picture, you look after each other. But first, you have to be standing firmly on your own life.
Yes.
And you'll find that when that happens, other people will come in who are also standing firmly on their lives, and you can have a relationship. It might not even be a love marriage relationship.
Yeah.
Very satisfying relationships with people that, you know, just get along in common with. Don't worry about being lonely.
Yep. That was a big thing for me because I was scared to be alone. And I found that in being alone, I completely and totally re-empowered myself in my journey. And I attracted him. I mean, you guys, Jonathan might have lost everything in 2008, but he's a genius. He's a sweetheart. He's my best friend. I mean, and this is despite the fact that, you know, he's going through a lot of mental and emotional illness right now. We're still working it out because we have a really solid foundation to our relationship. So don't see this as an ending. See this as a new beginning. Okay, because that's what it was for me, my dear. All right, you've got this. It's going to be okay. And then Venus says, I learned to love myself. Choosing to be alone has been a blessing to me. Yeah, I mean, you got to live alone, you got to be alone, you got to really find out who you are before you can really invite another person in after a big lesson like that. And you are so young, you are so young, Natasha Modi. You're just beginning life. So don't worry about the lessons that this carries. It's preparing you for a firmer foundation and a better relationship for the future. Just figure out who you are first and what you want, and it's going to work out. Okay, my dear? Okay. She says, thank you for the reading and support. You're so welcome, dear. And come back. Let us know how you're doing. I honestly care and I wonder about you guys, okay? Oh, my goodness. Okay, so HBJ1111 has GS been thinking of me? It seems like I cannot forgive him. Okay, so after that, we have seashells. And then unless you guys tip, I'm not going to go ahead and do any more readings, okay? But if you tip, I will, because we got to eat dinner. And I didn't get any sleep last night. If you guys notice, I'm a little tired looking. I go a little bit, no sleep. It's just this eclipse is affecting more than one of my planets. So, oh my goodness, the drama. But we're doing our remedies and getting up at 4 regardless and doing all of our things to help you guys out too. Okay. She has been thinking with me. It seems like I cannot forget him. All right. What's going on there? Well, you know, one thing they want you to, is this a long distance relationship? Because I got Sagittarius 9th house. Okay, you're single, but are they in a different country or far away from you? Is my question. Call. You got an instant crush on him the first time I met him. Well, it could be past life, you know. Are they in your area, or are they far away? This can kind of help me determine why the Sagittarius in 9th house came up. Okay, because it could be a difference in philosophies going on, or that you're just separated by space and time. Okay, so you're not long distance. So there's a difference in philosophies going on between the two of you. His spirit's a little blocked. Okay, that's why I had to ask the question. I can kind of see you're a little more open. He's closed off. He's not asking the question, and I'm not going to knock on that door unless I'm allowed to. Okay, that's what we do as practitioners. All right. Your philosophies are very different from each other. The way that you view the world, the way that you have expansive thinking. Okay, so it's important that you try to evaluate connections that are in line with who you are and what your values represent. Okay? I love the kitty in that photo. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. And you are adorable. Oh my gosh. Okay, so it's important that you see yourself coming from the same philosophical perspective with each other, because there is a big disconnect there for you two. Okay, that's the block. The block that I'm getting is that philosophy-wise, you're different. This could be religion, this could be philosophy. I mean, it can be from family, from the way you were raised. There's a block there, okay, that you are going to have to work through if you choose to be with this person, because I got Wheel of Fortune reversed for. It's important that you don't resist the cosmic flow and that you pay attention to spirit, okay? When it comes to, this is bad timing. It's important that you don't cling to this if it's not the right timing, all right? This is a passing season. There's a bit of a harsh karmic backlash that they're showing me because of the lack of connection here due to an ignorance based on higher wisdom, okay? What I did get is I did get a good card for you moving forward. I got the Magician. You have an infinite potential to attract something beautiful to yourself. Okay, I love the kitty. I love your photo. I'm getting good vibes from it. You have a lot of conscious will, my dear. Your crown chakra is activated to where you are able to manifest and channel a partner through divine force and the alignment of willpower, focus, and resourcefulness. Okay. You went through a bad period of relationships, not just this one, but some previous ones, and they're going to help you work that out so you can build a better foundation and manifest what you truly love and want in your life. You need to be a conscious creator when it comes to attracting the right people to you. I know that your mind is a creator of everything, and you should guide your mind to create only good things to come your way. If you hold on to one person or one other person's willpower, and you don't materialize what you need, you're at a disconnect with yourself. But when you do, and you're in absolute alignment, you can act as a clear conduit for cosmic energy to shape your reality in and around relationships. So there is a disconnect when it comes to the way that you view your partners philosophically. You need to attract people that mirror who you are and what you represent as a spiritual person. Okay, and not someone who's going to hold you down and say, my way or the highway, you need to believe what I believe. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting from the overall feeling of this, okay? I did get the Five of Pentacles, but luckily it came up reversed for you. So you're going through a period of recovery when it comes to relationships. Issues in this area will improve, hard times are behind, and things will come around. But the problem is that you need to, there's some mismanagement in this area, okay? When it comes to your relationships, if you focus on manifestation instead of connecting with people who don't agree with your overall philosophy and direction that you're going in your life, you can lead to uncoverable ruin and material hardship. But when you break through that pattern, you're going to really manifest a beautiful relationship for yourself in your future. Okay, so that's the main energy that I got. Okay, so I just met him in his shop. I was in my car. Instant crush. Yes, lack of connection. Total lack of connection. So you're jumping into stuff. you need to do a little more homework and really manifest what you need and what you're looking for. Do a little more work in this area so that you don't attract the wrong people to you, okay? You need to focus on a little more self-love and make sure that you're coming from a place of clarity and not of biological imperative, as I call it. You were immediately had a crush on him. Okay, that tells me that there was something hormonal going on, and there was also a connection that you felt immediately. Those usually end in some kind of narcissistic turmoil. Don't go that route. Focus on what you want and manifest it and make a conscious effort to find that person for you, and you're going to be okay. But you tend to just jump before you think when it comes to relationships, okay? And you're going to be all right once you do that, okay? You don't know him, yeah. You guys have completely different philosophies. He's not a good match. If you put a little more effort into it, you're going to find someone for you, okay? I recommend getting involved in a group or activity that, I mean, you have a beautiful cat in your photo. Look at that cute cat. His name looks like Fluffy, doesn't he? Doesn't he look like Fluffy? Yeah, Fluffy's a black cat that we had. Oh, look how cute. Look at those eyes. You want someone who loves cats, who loves rescue, who, what else? Let me go to my cards to see if I can give you a sign you can look for. Someone you can communicate well with, they got third house, and they can handle trauma and unexpected events well. Okay? They haven't shown up yet in my cards, but come back, let me know, and you're welcome. I hope that was helpful, my dear. Okay. Okay, a world citizen, there is a minimum $5 tip. Okay, my dear? All right. But I'll pull a couple of cards for you, and then we're going to go ahead and sign out. But there is a minimum $5 tip. Okay, guys. Film Fest. Wow, you're going to have a lot of fun. It's going to expand your world. You're going to get a lot more insights and inspiration from this. I'm not getting bad cards for this event. I mean, it's going to be, they're saying get out in the world, enjoy it. It's going to help you with your philosophy. Okay, you're going to meet someone there that's going to help you emotionally connect to your work, which is good. All right, so the main energy, a world citizen, that I got Sagittarius. So this is really going to expand your thinking and how you view your craft, okay? In the way that you see art and the way that it's expressed. That's what they're showing me. Whew. What else, guys? So you're going to meet somebody. The person you're going to meet is the Page of Cups, okay? The Page of Cups is an emotional young person, okay? This is someone who is, what would you guys say in this case? I'm just asking for something a little more specific. They have a lot of emotional openness. They're a little younger in spirit, and they have a lot of creative curiosity. They got their little beret on, so they're an intuitive messenger. This is kind of a hypersensitive, beautiful person that might come your way during the festival. And they're going to give you a lot of creative inspiration, and it's going to pop up from their own subconscious and enter yours. And this is a bit of an artistic amateur that's really going to help you out, which is really cool. So really tap into the sensitivity of the events. Pay attention to younger people. It's going to bring it might even bring a new job or some new projects your way. They're not going to pay as much as you'd like, but they're going to open up some doors for you. But this is a young person who's young at heart. And, you know, at the young, what this represents is like a very young voice of intuition. So I think it was Bjork. I don't know if you know who Bjork is. But I get completely intoxicated by the mystery of intuition. It's like a fish swimming up to give you a message. And that's what this card is doing. So this is a very playful, innocent, highly psychic nature of the page. And it's a welcoming the strange, beautiful insights of the artistic muse. So your whole world's just going to blow up at this event. It's great. I see good things. Okay. I hope that was helpful, world citizen. Oh my goodness. All right. So I want to thank every single one of you for being here. I really appreciate it. I appreciate the energy exchange, everything that you guys are just sharing with me in your lives. I appreciate your trust. And know that I will be here next week, same time. Please tune in. I've been on for over 2 hours and I'm exhausted. So I only do this once a week, but if you are always welcome to get a longer reading with me, I really go in depth and I give you a lot to think about. You get a recording of it and a lot of notes and things like that. So definitely schedule a reading with me. If you came toward the end of the readings, I did all of the readings by sign for the eclipse on Wednesday. So go ahead and rewatch the video. If you don't know what your Vedic or sidereal sign is, it's based on a real map in the sky. I have a free calculator on my site, astrologicaltarot.com, absolutely free. And the readings I gave at the beginning of the show are free too, and they're based on your ascendant. Okay, so you can go ahead and put your information in and find out what this eclipse means for you, as well as remedial measures that you can take to protect your soul and prepare for the coming changes. So know that I am sending you lots of love and lots of light, and so is Jonathan. Yay, Jonathan! There you go. There's the light. And we are going to be doing hours of mantras during the eclipses. Okay, so just be aware of that. I'll also prepare you for the eclipse on the 27th or 28th, depending on where you're coming in the world. And know that I'm sending you tons of love. I want to thank Venus especially for being the mod with the most. You are amazing. I appreciate you so much. And World Citizen says, thank you so much for your gift. That was very helpful in convincing me to find a way to go. Excellent. Yeah, you're going to meet some great people there. And come back and let me know how it goes for you, okay? I really am interested. I love film. I'm an arts communication anthropology major, so I'm all about that. So I'm sending you all lots of love and light. And I just want to thank you all so much for being here, and especially Miss Venus, the mod with the most. I so appreciate you, more than you know. All right, love and light, everyone, and take care. I will see you next week, same time. Om Shanti, Om Peace, Om Love.